As Prince William quietly steps further into his future role amidst King Charles III's ongoing cancer treatment, a new wave of speculation has emerged, this time focused not on the heir apparent, but on his sons, Prince George and Prince Louis. In keeping with centuries-old royal custom, male members of the monarchy are often bestowed with noble titles upon marriage, reflecting their proximity to the throne. Prince William, for instance, was named Duke of Cambridge in 2011 following his marriage to Kate Middleton, a title conferred by Queen Elizabeth II. Upon her passing in 2022, William inherited the title Prince of Wales, just as his father had before him. Naturally, attention has now turned to the future of William and Kate's sons, particularly as the time draws nearer for them to potentially receive titles of their own. But for Prince Louis, the youngest of the Wales children, one dukedom stands out as both likely and strangely ill-fated. The title Duke of Cambridge may seem like a logical choice for Prince Louis. After all, it once belonged to his father and could become available again when William ascends to the throne. Yet royal historians and watchers alike have pointed out that this noble designation carries a curious and somber legacy. As reported, the Cambridge title is historically tainted with sadness. Originally established in the 17th century under King Charles II, its early bearers met tragic ends. Charles Stuart, the monarch's nephew and the first intended Duke of Cambridge, died at just 6 months old. His successors, James and Edgar Stuart, also died in early childhood. Of the first 7 Dukes of Cambridge, 4 died before reaching adulthood. It wasn't until King George II that the title's curse appeared to lift. He survived into adulthood as the 5th Duke of Cambridge. His descendants, Prince Adolphus and Prince George, also lived long lives, though the title ultimately became extinct in 1904 after the latter's death. Curiously, the title was nearly resurrected in 1999 for Prince Edward. However, according to a palace insider, Edward opted for something more theatrical. He watched Shakespeare in Love, which had a character called the Earl of Wessex. He liked the sound of it and asked the Queen if he could have that instead. The request was granted. However, when it comes to the future titles of George and Louis, everything hinges on timing and the ever-evolving landscape of the monarchy. Royal historian Jessica Storashuk explained Prince George is highly unlikely to inherit the Cambridge title. The only way that could happen is if the title is removed, which would require an act of Parliament. That's an unlikely investment of time, she noted. Should George marry while King Charles is still alive, he could receive a different dukedom, such as Clarence or Cumberland, both of which are currently extinct. However, if William is already king at the time, George would likely be granted the title Prince of Wales, though it's not an automatic inheritance. His father would need to bestow it upon him, as King Charles did for William the day after Queen Elizabeth's death. While Prince Louis, as the second son, presents a more intriguing case. Traditionally, the title Duke of York is given to the second son of a monarch, as was the case with Prince Andrew. Whether that title is reintroduced upon Prince Andrew's passing or quietly retired from rotation due to his controversial legacy remains an open question. As Storashuk noted, the royal family may be moving toward a streamlined future, meaning titles such as dukedoms could become increasingly rare. Prince Louis is a really big question for me, she said. We simply don't know what kind of monarchy we'll be looking at by the time he comes of age. Meanwhile, amid all the speculation, Prince Louis is about to mark a significant milestone, his 7th birthday. Traditionally celebrated with a new portrait released by Princess Catherine, this year's commemoration is surrounded by uncertainty. Following last year's photo editing controversy, it remains unclear whether the Princess of Wales will share a new birthday image of her youngest son. Yet Louis's special day will arrive amidst a whirlwind of royal and global attention. So while Prince Louis may quietly enjoy his birthday surrounded by family, the question of his future title and whether he will inherit the cursed Cambridge dukedom remains a topic of fascination for royal watchers around the world. In a modern monarchy grappling with tradition and transformation, even a title carries the weight of history.